Here we go with practice test 2. Okay, 9.1 to 9.3, practice test 2. Number 1. How many sandwiches are possible if there are 3 kinds of bread and 2 kinds of meat and 4 kinds of cheese? Everybody, you got to have one of each, so you got 3 and 2 and 4. That would make a grand total of 24 different sandwiches. How many ways can 10 chairs be arranged in a row? 10 chairs in a row is 10 factorial. How many ways can you answer 5 multiple choice questions if each question has 4 options? All right, so there are 5 questions, and each question has 4 options. So there's 4 ways you can answer this first question. 4 options for you. And there are 4 options here, and here, and here, and here. So the answer is going to be 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. That will be the answer. And again, just like with practice test 1, I'm not taking time on the video to type all these in. The answers are all written out for you. You need to be sure you can type these in on your calculator and get the correct answers. All we're doing right now is getting them set up. You're responsible for typing them in. How many ways can I give away 4 identical blue markers to 4 students in a class of 12? So this is another situation where there are 12 kids and I'm going to choose 4 of them. What I need to decide is, am I going to put a P here or a C here? Is this a P problem or a C problem? There are 12 students, and I'm choosing 4 to get identical blue markers. All right, now wait a minute. If everybody is getting exactly the same marker, everybody's getting exactly the same prize, then is this a P problem or a C problem? It's a C problem. It does not matter what order you get chosen, you're going to get a blue marker. All right, now we have the word toothpaste. How many 10-letter words can be formed from the letters of toothpaste? All right, so we got 10 letters, so we start with 10 factorial. We always, always, always start with however many letters we have in the word. Don't worry about repeats at this point. How many letters do you have? We have 10. Now we're going to divide by the repeats. So let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3 T's, so that's a 3 factorial. I have 2 O's, so that's a 2 factorial. And I think that's it. So when I type that in on my calculator, I'm going to be very, very careful. Put parentheses around those. I'm dividing by both of those, so I have to have them in parentheses. Number 6. How many ways can 5 people be seated around the dining room table? Now let's go back to this question right here. Number 2, we had 10 chairs, 10 people, 10 chairs, 10 books, it doesn't matter, in a row. If you have 10 things in a row, it's 10 factorial. If you had 5 people in a row, it would be 5 factorial. But number 6 says they are in a circle. Whenever you have things arranged in a circle, it's 1 less factorial. So since there were 5 people being seated in a circle, it would be 4 factorial. If there had been 5 people in a row, it would be 5 factorial. Number 7. I have 8 seniors and 6 juniors. And I'm going to pick a team that has 2 seniors and 3 juniors. All right, so let's pick the seniors first. There are 8 of them, and I am picking 2 of them. Is this a P problem or a C problem? Well, does it matter what order you get picked for the team, or do you just want to get picked? You just want to get picked. So it's 8C2. I have 8 seniors, I'm picking 2 of them, and I don't care who gets picked first. and times, I'm going to pick some juniors. I'm going to pick 3 juniors. So that would be 6C3, because there are 6 juniors, and I am picking 3 of them. Number 8, what's the probability of being dealt? Okay, I mixed it up here a little bit. A 4-card hand. So now we're doing a 4-card hand that is composed of all red. Now my denominator is going to be 52C4 because this is a 4-card hand out of a deck of 52. Your numerator is all red. Well, how many red cards are there in the deck? 26. And you are picking 4 of them. So that would be your setup. 26 reds, choose 4, divided by 52 cards total, choose 4. Number 9, I want 2 queens. Now remember, this is still a 4-card hand. You need 4 cards. 2 of them are queens, which means, and 2 of them are not queens. You have to have 4. And if exactly 2 of them are queens, 2 of them are not. So my denominator is still 52C4. But my numerator is, all right, 2 queens. How many queens are in the deck? 4. I am picking 2 of them. There are 4 queens total. I'm choosing 2 for my hand. And times, I am picking 2 other cards. In the total deck, there are 52 cards and 4 of them are queens. That leaves 48 other cards that are not queens. And I have to pick 2 of those. So that I have 2 from the queen group and 2 from the not queen group. All right, number 10 is going to be your tree diagram problem. We're serving popcorn and soda. Find the probability that they will serve soda. All right, so we're going to start with popcorn, because remember, we always finish with the question, and the question is soda. So we're going to have soda or no soda. Okay, so here we go. If the cafeteria serves popcorn, there is a 90% chance they'll serve soda. So if we're going to have popcorn, there's a 90% chance I'll have soda, which means there's a 10% chance I won't. If we don't serve popcorn, there's a 45% chance we'll serve soda, which means there's a 55% we won't. We serve popcorn twice a week. So we're going to assume this is a school week. It doesn't say that. We're going to assume it's a school week because it's the cafeteria. We serve it twice a week, which means 2 out of 5 days, which is 40%. So the question, it doesn't actually say that. You kind of have to figure that out on your own. But it says, we serve popcorn twice every week. That means 2 out of 5 days we have popcorn, and 3 out of 5 days we don't. So I wrote that as a decimal, 2 divided by 5, 40%, popcorn, 60% no popcorn. Now, I want to know the total probability of having soda. That could come out of this branch, or it could come out of this branch. This branch says popcorn and soda. Popcorn and soda, 0.36. Multiply those together. This branch says no popcorn and soda, which is 0.27. Multiply those together. Now, we can have popcorn and soda, or we can have no popcorn and soda. So we're going to add these two together, and that will be the answer to the problem. Add those two probabilities together, and you will have the answer to the question. Now we got 60 kids on the bus. And they all either like teaching or nursing. It says in the problem, everybody likes something. So 40 of them like teaching, 35 of them like nursing. Okay, now time out. There's only 60 kids on the bus, but 75 voted. So 15 of them must have voted twice. 15 of them like both. Now, if there were only 40 in the whole T-ball, then there must be 25 here because 15 were already counted. If there were 35 in the whole N-ball, then there must be 20 here because 15 were already counted. How many like only nursing? These guys right here. Those 20 like only nursing. Okay. Oh, shoot. Now we're going to do our expansion problem. So that means I need my board. I have to erase all this. And I'm going to go to the fourth row of the triangle. Because I am expanding 2x plus 3y to the fourth. So I happen to have my fourth row memorized because I'm the teacher and I do this several times a day. Next to each of those numbers, that's the fourth row of Pascal's triangle. Next to each of those numbers, I'm going to put a 2x and a 3y. Now, these are separate terms. We're doing the entire expansion. So these are separate terms. Now I need my exponents. I know that right here, on that 2x, right there at the first term, the power would be 4. And it goes down by 1. And the y part does the same thing from the other direction. So that each term has exponents that add up to 4. Now I simplify. Remember that each term is a multiplication. So anything to the 0 power is 1. So my first term is 16x to the 4th. That's it, 16x to the 4th. Now here, I've got a 4. I've got an 8x cubed because I am cubing the 2. And I have a 3y. So I need to multiply 4 times 8 times 3. I think that's 96 x cubed y for that second term. Because I had to multiply 4 times 8 times 3. Now the next term, I have a 6. I have a 4x squared, and I have a 9y squared. So I am multiplying 6 times 4 times 9, and I get 216 x squared y squared. Multiply all your numbers together and tack on the letters. Now I have 4 times 2x times 27 y cubed, 3 cubed. So 4 times 2 times 27, ooh, that's 216 again. Coincidence. Remembering anything to the 0 power is 1. Our last term is 3 to the 4th, y to the 4th, so 81 y to the 4th. And there is your expansion. Now I want the 5th term of x minus 2y, oh shoot, to the 8th. Okay, why did I say oh shoot? Because if I'm getting my coefficients from Pascal's triangle, which is the way we've been doing it mostly, I need the 8th row. All right, that's okay. I know the 5th row, I have it memorized. You have the triangle built in your notes. You can rebuild it. I would suggest on the test you rebuild it somewhere. So there's the 6th row. Here's the 7th row. And here is my 8th row. This is the row that I needed. So the numbers aren't too big. I can handle that. There's my 8th row. Now, luckily, I'm not doing what I just did. I'm not doing the whole row. I am not going to write down every single one of those numbers. I'm only interested in the 5th one, because the problem says. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want the 70. So I'm going to write down 70. And next to the 70 is going to go an X and a negative 2Y. Now these are all going to be multiplied together. This is not a subtraction. They are getting multiplied together, just like all of these got multiplied together. Now I need my exponents. If I were to write out the entire row, if I had to do the entire expansion, then the power on the X here would be 8. I'm going to the 8th power, so it would be 8. Here it would be 7, 6, 5, 4. So the power on my X is 4, which means the power on my Y is also 4, because they got to add up to 8. So I have 70 x to the 4th times, remember this is not a subtraction, this is times 16 y to the 4th. It's positive because I'm raising it to an even power. So 70 times 16 is 1120 x to the 4th, y to the 4th, and there is your final answer. Number 15, we did not do P's by hand, so I'm certainly not going to throw that to you on review day. So let's rewrite that as 9C5. I'm changing the problem. It will not match the answer on the back, because on the back I did 9P5, but you are only responsible for the C's. So that's all we practiced. So here we go. 9C5. That would be 9 factorial over 4 factorial, 5 factorial. Now, where did the 9 come from? Right here. Always the big number goes on top. Where did these come from? Well, we use that number, and we use these two minus each other. So, I'm doing this by hand. So I have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's my 4 factorial, and there's my 5 factorial that's down there on the bottom. Now, these are all going to cancel out, so let's just get rid of those right now. Three times 2 is 6, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. 4 goes into 8 twice. Remember, your entire denominator should always cancel out. You should have nothing left in the bottom. So what do I have left on the top? Not very much. I have a 9, a 2, and a 7. That's all I have left. So that's 18 times 7. The answer is 126. 126. Again, I changed the problem. Please take note. I changed the problem. On your test, you will be doing a C, just like we've been practicing. All right, number 15. All right. right, so we got A and B, and we know the probability of A is 0.65, the probability of B is 0.8, and the probability of both, that's what this means, A and B, is 0.55. So those are the guys in the middle, right there is 0.55, right in the middle. Now the whole A ball is only 0.65, so this has got to be 0.10, because the whole A has to add up to 0.65. And the whole B is 0.8, so this has got to be 0.25. Now, before you go any farther, add these up. What is that? That's only 0.9. What does that mean? That means there's an extra 0.10 out here. There's 10% of the people out here. If A are the people who like Corvettes, and B are the people who like pickup trucks, then there's 10% they don't like either one. And these guys are the ones that like both. All right, so what are the questions? All right, this says not A and B. Okay, so you are not A, you're not in the A circle, but you are in the B circle. So what is it? Where are the people that are not in A, but they are in B? Right here, 0.25. This says not A and not B. Well, where are those people? If you're not in A and you're not in B, that means you're not in a circle, so you are 0.10. All right, so now we've got another one of these where we have class 1 and class 2. And we're going to pick one person out of each one, and the and tells me I'm going to be multiplying. So A, neither likes science. So look up at class 1. You don't like science. So that means you're 0.9. That means you like anything else. Look at class 2. You don't like science. So that would be 0.8. So your answer is 0.72. Remember, it's class 1's probability and class 2, so we're going to multiply those. B. First student likes English, so class 1 likes English, and class 2 likes math. So that would be 0.2, we like English, and 0.4, we like math. That would be 0.08. Both like English. So that would be 0.2 and 0.3, 0.06. Both like English. One will like math and the other one will like art. Okay, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know who's who. So that could be math and art, or it could be art and math. You see what I'm saying? This could be class 1 and class 2, or this could be class 1 and class 2. So I'm going to do both of these cases. So first math and art, that would be 0.06. First art and math, that would be 0.04. So the answer to the problem is 0.10. I add those together because I could go in either order. Awesome. Have a great day.